Welcome to Ask Charlie. Please do remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons, they're just down below. Right, today I'm going to be showing you how I de-limescale my kettle here. So I've got Oust, which is a wonderful product and I've been using it for years. It works brilliantly and I'm a big fan of it. However, I'm quite conscious of the environment and what we're putting down the drains, and there's lots of chemicals in our cleaning products. So I'm just trying to think of alternative ways, which I've got a couple for you today, which we're going to try. So I've got some just distilled vinegar, it's just white vinegar, it's known as both, and I've got some citric acid. So citric acid comes from citrus fruit, basically, and it's totally natural. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in my kettle. So this isn't particularly bad, but you can see the limescale down there in the bottom. So I want to put enough water to cover, so on this heating element in there, halfway down, I don't know if you can see, probably not really, but there is limescale on that. So I'm going to cover it with water. So that is about half. And then I'm going to open this citric acid. So citric acid you can buy in the chemist. I buy it in bulk, and actually I've got to know the pharmacist quite well because I make a lot of elderflower cordial, and citric acid is brilliant for preserving. It's essential, it stops moulds and bacteria forming, as well as being a great cleaning product as well. So I'm going to put 2 heaped teaspoons of citric acid into my kettle there, and then I am going to turn it on, and I'll bring the camera over so you can look and see exactly what happens. So you can see that I've left the lid of the kettle open. So I just can keep an eye on exactly what's happening. I've got a bit of citric acid on there, which I'll just brush that in. But I don't want it to bubble over, and there's a chemical reaction that happens with the water and the citric acid as it begins to heat up. So you can hear it boiling and it will start to bubble, and that then starts breaking down the limescale. So you don't need to scrub or anything, you just need to turn the kettle on, and it's amazing how it breaks down and cleans it for you. So it's just beginning to come to the boil now. And when you use Oust, which is amazing, and I do really like it, but you can really smell the chemicals, and you've got to kind of think what that is doing to the environment. Whereas with the citric acid, there's no smell. And also when I use Oust, I tend to wash and wash and wash the kettle to rinse it before I drink, you know, a cup of tea or use the kettle, because I just want to make sure that the chemicals are really properly washed away. But actually with this, I know that it's harmless and it's not going to damage the environment, and it's also not going to damage me with chemicals. So that now is boiling. Obviously it takes slightly longer to boil with the lid off, so I'm actually just going to turn that off because it is a boiling point. With the lid up it takes longer. So I'm now going to leave that for 10 minutes, really for the citric acid to get into that limescale and break it down, and then after 10 minutes we'll rinse it out and hopefully it will be clean and sparkly inside. So I've left that for 10 minutes. And it's looking really, really good. I don't think I can show you without pouring the water everywhere, but it has done a good job. There's a tiny bit of limescale around the edge, but most of it's actually loose and broken off. I'm just going to reboil it quickly and leave it for a few minutes, and then hopefully it will be completely sparkly inside, and I'll show you the finished result. So I'm really pleased with how the citric acid's worked. I'm going to pour the water away and show you. There's chunks of limescale in there, which might come out into the sink. We'll see. They haven't. I'm sure to take that filter out. And there's the limescale. Look, you can see on there. So I shall give that a good rinse. As it's caught it. But obviously that's everything that you want to get out. And so I haven't used any nasty chemicals. We've just used citric acid, and it's done an absolutely brilliant job. So give it a good shake. I'm really thrilled with that. It's done a brilliant job. Really good for the environment. Haven't put any nasty chemicals down the sink. So yes, I'm thrilled. Now, de-limescaling your kettle is something that you should do every really 3 months. It depends how hard your water is. If you live in an area with softer water and you don't have such a limescale build-up, then probably every 6 months. But we live in quite a hard water area here in Sussex, and so every 3 months I de-limescale my kettle. I hope that you found that useful, and do please, hit the subscribe button for me. Thank you.